Next up is the very, very lovely Beth Engleman, who is at Mom on a Shoe on Twitter, and she blogs at mommyonashoestring.com. Please welcome her up.
Thanks, everybody, and thank you, Vanilla Ice. This is Nice, Nice Baby because my passion is all about being nice and why I think it's not a four-letter word. So, and the evolution of being nice and how it happened to me. Is it fixing tech? How it happened to me. In the beginning, there was marriage, and I was pretty sure I knew exactly what my husband wanted. I mean, I knew that if he got in front of the rabbi, we would definitely have bright blue skies. And I had a beautiful dress. My bridesmaid had a beautiful dress, and few people can say that they had a dress that they could never wear again, but few people could say they had an umbrella that matched the dress that they would never wear again. So my bridesmaids loved me. I mean, loved me almost as much as my groom. It was a fairy tale come true, and yes, he's peeing behind the rocks because we were so classy with a capital K, just like Kardashian. And even then, back then, I didn't even know Kim Kardashian, but we were aligned at that point. So we moved to San Francisco because that's where his in-laws lived, my in-laws lived, and I worked very, very hard on my marriage and making sure we lived in marital bliss. And in case you can't read it, it says 101 positions, 102 excuses. I was good. And then I got pregnant, and I was so thrilled with joy. And while I was thrilled with joy, well, my marriage fell apart. So I was like, okay, I'm 9 months pregnant. My marriage is faltering. What should I do? So this is what I did. I channeled the smartest woman I know, Miss Piggy, and I thought, what would Miss Piggy do? And I thought, and finally I came up with the right idea, which was to go out and buy a couple pairs of shoes. Just a few. Because as I think you can never be too nice, too skinny, or have too many shoes. So I got my shoes, packed them in a bag, packed, whatever else I could take, and drum roll, please, wait for it. I flew Southwest, official sponsor of Evo and this dinner, back to my family in the Midwest, 9 months pregnant. I told them I was 7 months pregnant, ready to start a life that was nice. So you guys can see where this is going. I had my baby, and I had my family and friends, but more importantly, or just as important, I relied on the kindness of strangers. And trust me, there were a lot of strangers who were very kind during that time. And then I became a blogger, because what I learned is, well, I'm a mom, so I have something to say. Why not become a blogger? So I became a blogger, just so I could sort of share my story. It gave me a voice, it gave me an outlet, and it gave my family a chance not to hear my stories anymore. And I got to meet people, and I met someone named Minky Moo and Bookie Boo, and yes, I even met someone named Fat Middle-Aged Woman, who is awesome, by the way. She has a great blog, but that is her name. And suddenly I realized that there was this whole world out there, and I learned how to tweet and Facebook and pin, and people asked me to add them to the circle. And just so you guys know, because I'm studying trends, the next big social media is going to be intergalactic, and it's going to be Take Me to Your Leader. And you heard that here, Beth Engleman. I made friends with people I never thought I would meet in real life because they lived all over the country or all over the world. And even people that I never thought that I had a lot in common with, maybe they were married with 8 kids and I was single with 1, we became really good friends. It was amazing. And I learned how to support them by making comments on the blogs, tweeting, Facebooking, and yes, this picture has nothing to do with support others, but how funny is it that emo cuts cake cuts itself? I mean, seriously, like, how could I pass it up? But what I learned is if you help yourself and you're nice and you comment on people and tweet people, not only are you helping yourself, but you're helping the community as a whole. And suddenly, we all become elevated. And we become a force to be reckoned with, because what I have learned is we have so much power in numbers, and so many of us mom bloggers or bloggers out there, we are a force, and now people are taking notice. And ultimately, your wildest dreams will come true. It happened for me in the form of these high-heel Nike tennis shoes. But your wildest dreams can come true too, I assure you, just by being nice. And then it all comes down to the great philosopher of the 90s, Vanilla Ice, because it all comes down to being nice, nice baby. And just because I think that you cannot have a speech with Vanilla Ice and not mention Winston Churchill, I want to leave you with this quote. By swallowing, this by the way is by Churchill, not Ice. By swallowing evil words unsaid, no one has ever, ... had indigestion. So on that note, enjoy your dinner and thank you so much.